Alright, so we're back on this one now, this kitchen fix, but it's not a second fix. Well, it is kind of a second fix. They've sent a temporary tap and a bit of worktop with obviously a sink. But instead I'm thinking, why can't we just fit the undermount sink? So the granite guys can just fit it straight on top. Obviously with the tap in, it's just a matter of connecting the hot and cold. Need to put some brackets on those to support the actual undermount sink. These are what they've sent. No idea how these work, so I've never done this before. I'm kind of guessing. I'm going to screw these to the side, that way up, and then if you wind the bolt in, obviously it'll raise the level. So we can get this sink level by winding the bolt in on the rods. Pre-drill it first, obviously. So these rails drop in, and we can wind these bolts up and down to get our levels correct. So what happens here next is I need to drop that back rail. As I'm down to the limit on that, it won't go any lower. No! Prepped up this now, overflow sealed in. I'll drop this one down. I'll drop them both down and put 2 cross members across the front, because otherwise the overflow catches this. And it has to go at the back. So lower these back down again. 2 cross members across the front, drop your sink on, and again measure them for our waste hole. So whilst the customer says he's sorting out the cross members with them rails, I'm going to fit this radiator. It's a single, this one. It was supposed to be a double, but he's opted for a single. I'm going to want both these radiators the same height, so I'm going to measure, obviously off the ground up, to the bottom of our top bracket, and mark our centres on the new rad on the wall. Simple as peas. Obviously want to level these down. This radiator is not going to be filled up, so we can remove it. So it doesn't matter about drawing loads of pencil marks on the wall, as you can see. It still needs decorating. Well, that won't then. When you're using raw plugs, make sure you knock them into the wall to the depth of the screw. If you don't knock them in, you could damage the plaster or the tiles or whatever. If you keep them flush to the surface, you could crack it. Plus you want a good bite, so if we're using 2-inch screws, that raw plug wants to be in the wall minimum of 1 inch, but not too far. So we've got our trap on the bottom of the sink now. Measure up off the bottom of the unit to centre of the trap, then mark on the back panel. We know our pilot's it. The hole through now. core it from outside in, try and stop damaging any brickwork. That's what we resorted to in the back, to allow for the overflow to come past. At least we've got our waste out now. Don't even ask. Pilot bit must have found a joint, so when I've drilled it from outside in, it's still out. I wanted to leave tolerance on this, for in case this sink has to move up or down. Obviously this is an adjustable trap. You see the size of flexes on this. Look at that on this temporary tap. I'm just going to come off here, a bit of tea for the dishwasher, obviously the hot straight up to an isolation valve. Not finished the waste outside yet, but that's where we're up to now. So this piece is going to be going on there. I've got a pipe snug somewhere for that hole. Before you glue your elbow up, always make sure the writing's to the wall so you can't see it, just because it just aesthetically looks a bit better. Using the pit bull fuzzy cut. Score it first. Not press it too hard. Perfect cut. Going to be using the pit bull solvent cement on this one as well. It's more of your runny type solvent with the ball on the end. I like this stuff. You don't waste as much, I find. That brake one's gluing back on there. Don't know what the hell happened there. Didn't pop it with the pilot bit, it came off with the core. You know, got a nice little pipe snug on that. And that. Water off now. Let this empty out. Just might try and cut these off and get the press gun in still. Still a rapid cut. Quick cut, sorry. I'd have called it rapid cut. If you're watching today's tools. I use an isolation valve to get a flat surface for your flexi. Just an old radiator tail. Well, this isn't old, but you get the point. You've all seen the marksman before, I presume, but if not, perfect for marking up clips. Shoots a little green dart. I did it before, that's why there's two. I'm going to clip out of the way now, drill it. The trace pencil would have done the same job, but looks better in green. Nice stainless steel screws because they're outside, you know, don't rust. Stuck that brick back in. Just need silicone around this really. 45 on that. Nice. Clip them two together. I don't like the look of that. Nice. Onto the rad now. Now using Rapid Blue, today's tools PTFE, liquid PTFE. Now I told you wrong on the last video, or video a couple of weeks ago. It's not, it doesn't weld itself together, metal on metal. It is just metal. So it can be metal on plastic. What happens is when it reacts with the metal, it starves the fluid of oxygen, and it welds together. I hope that makes sense. You're in a right good clean down. Brick dust and that. We don't want that on. One radiator done. Because he changed his mind on a single, it's lucky we did this before the floor was down. Had to recore a hole in the floorboard to send the pipe back. So the customer's paid a lot of money for this kitchen. You want to clean up the units like it would be in your own house. Obviously I know it's only floorboards, but gotta respect people's property. That'll help you get repeat business. No matter how rubbish of a plumber you are. And look at me. Thanks for watching.